everybody, I'm your Captain Corey, and I'd like to welcome you today to the Midships YouTube channel. We got a special episode today. We're going to be talking about something that's near and dear to a lot of cruisers' hearts, and that's drinking. So we're going to actually get into a little article, and we have a calculator for drinks packages, and are they worth it? And before we kick things off, I brought myself a little bit of something. Gonna get started here. Here we are. Oh yeah, beautiful. Today's drink of the day is Old St. Pete. This is from St. Petersburg, Florida. This is a whiskey, not a bourbon. So the difference between a whiskey and a bourbon, does anybody know it? If you do, comment below. It's pretty interesting. Both have a very similar flavor profile a lot of times. So we're going to actually get into a little article here. This is on Cruzely.com. A great little article with a calculator tool here to see if the drinks package is something that you need to consider. So let's dive in here. This is by Tanner Calise. And the article's a little old, but that's okay. This is still going to be very pertinent information for today. It's not like the drink package has gone away. There's not much that's more popular on a cruise ship than drinking. Bars are everywhere, and the party atmosphere mixed with the relaxation of vacation means the booze is flowing. I couldn't be more correct, Tanner. Whether you are sitting poolside with a fruity cocktail, or maybe playing at the casino with a beer, or having a glass of wine over dinner, having a drink just feels natural on a cruise. It almost feels wrong not to be cooling off without a tasty beverage. But the truth is that the cost of drinks can add up on your ship. The solution could be the drinks package. Tanner goes on to say, drink spending adds up pretty quick. If you've never been on a cruise before, don't be surprised by the price of alcohol on the ship. Like a beer, runs $6 to $8, and then you add on the mandatory tip of 15 to 20%. Cocktails can easily go $10 to $14, and a glass of wine can be up to $12, and even more. Even a soda or a bottle of water will be $2 to $3. If you're a steady drinker, it's not hard to spend $100 or more every day. Thankfully, the cruise lines have rolled out drink packages. These packages allow you to pay one set fee per day and drink as much as you want. That is cruise line dependent. Certain lines let you drink as much as you want, like Royal Caribbean, whereas other lines like Carnival are going to limit you to 15 alcoholic beverages a day. So instead of worrying about a bar bill, you'll know exactly what you'll spend ahead of time. And when it's time to get a drink, you just hit up the bar and order what you'd like. Show your SeaPass card. Of course, there's some fine print with the drinks packages, like we just talked about above, ranging from how each adult in a cabin must buy the drink, if one person does the drinks, included with the deal. All right, so yeah, that's a good point that they're making here in this Cruzely article. If you have more than one adult in your cabin, adults would be over 21 years of age, you are usually going to be required to purchase the drinks package for everyone in the cabin by the cruise lines. There are some exceptions to this rule, but the major cruise lines in North America, if mama buys the drinks package, daddy also buys the drinks package, or vice versa. So it looks like it seems expensive when you're sitting there saying, oh shoot, we've got to buy $200-$300 drinks packages for this cruise. But honestly, we'll get down to a calculator here that may help you figure out if that's going to be worth it to you. So here, the biggest hesitation before getting the drinks package for most people is whether or not they'll get their money's worth. So let's talk about estimating if a drinks package is a good deal for you. Drink packages are expensive, ranging from $60 to $80 per day, usually. Since you're charged each day of the cruise, you'll have to drink $60 to $80 worth of beverages each day and every day of the trip to get your money's worth. Rightfully, many people aren't sure if they'll actually save money by getting the drinks package. And a lot of people won't, so stay tuned here. Below, we have a calculator that can help you figure out whether or not a drinks package is worth the money. Simply select your cruise line and estimate the number of drinks you'll have per day to see what it would cost to purchase them individually. All right, we're going to go big here just before we get into the calculator. I want to take a little quick break and ask you if you're enjoying our content and if you appreciate this kind of timely news about cruise industry and some insider tips and tricks. If you could please give us a like, hit the subscribe button, and maybe give us a comment below on what you think of our content and how we could improve it. We'd really appreciate it. So let's hop back into this. We are going to scroll down to this calculator. There are some notes here. Since there's so many different prices among drinks, we've used the estimated average prices to give you an idea of what you might be spending. Your actual drinks price will vary in price from cruise to cruise and line to line, but this will give you a ballpark idea of what you're going to spend. And they're absolutely right about this. And we're actually going to zoom out a touch here so we can sort of work our way through this. So again, on this calculator, you begin by telling them which cruise line you'll be taking. So Carnival, Celebrity, Norwegian, Princess, and Royal Caribbean are all included here. And actually, this is a pretty good idea of what your drinks package will cost on these cruise lines. So you can see if you're looking for more of a value-oriented drinks package, maybe you're a Carnival cruiser, but maybe you prefer the food on Royal Caribbean, and so you're going to have to spend a little bit more on your drinks package. But remember, you're spending more, but you don't have that limit on your number of drinks like you would on Carnival. So for this instance, we're going to pick Carnival because it is the most affordable drinks package. And I also do have a Carnival drinks package purchased for later this year on the Mardi Gras, departing on the 11th of December. So we're going to estimate how many beers per day that I may drink on that cruise. I am okay with beer, but more than likely I'll have maybe 2 beers a day, maybe with lunch and dinner. Whereas cocktails, yeah, you can imagine that I'll be drinking probably a cocktail every hour or two that I'm out by the pool. So I'm going to go a little heavy here and probably say I'm going to do 6 cocktails a day and probably have a glass of wine with dinner. And then non-alcoholic drinks, this includes bottled water that you can request from the bars and at the restaurant. So every time you run up to the bar to get a drink, it's a pro tip here, request a bottle of water to take with you. Then you'll be able to have those drinks, A, poolside, and B, when you go into shore on your excursions, you'll have those bottled waters with you and available, and then you're not having to deal with refilling your bottle from the ship's water source. Guys and gals, you're perfectly okay to drink the water that is on the ship that comes from your faucet. You can fill your water bottle up in your bathroom, and it's perfectly safe to drink. It's okay. It may taste not up to like your bottled water standards, but you know this. You don't have to buy a drinks package. There is water, there's juice, there's teas, there's coffees available for free, included with your base cruise price. So the drinks package is just for soda, specialty coffee, mocktails, cocktails, beers, wine, liquors. So that's what these drinks packages are for. So just if you've never cruised before, just know that your basic cruise fare will include things like lemonade, iced tea, water, drip coffee, that type of thing. So this is only for your specialty. So if you wanted like a latte, Americano, something like that from the coffee shop, that would be an extra charge on most cruises. So that's something your drinks package would cover. We're going to drop back into this calculator here. And actually, this is making me thirsty. Beautiful. So I've done my estimate. I have 2 beers, 6 cocktails, and a glass of wine. So that's about 9 drinks a day that I would probably estimate on a normal day I'd be having. If maybe I was celebrating something, I could see this going up to 9 or 10, maybe an extra glass of wine or champagne over dinner. But you can see an average person drinking 2 beers a day, maybe 5 or 6 cocktails and a glass of wine is going to spend about $100 per day without the drink package. So compare that to the $60 drinks packages here on Carnival, and that's about a $40 a day difference. Now, the other thing to consider right now, at least on Carnival's website, is you're actually able to use a rate code called RU2, at least if you're a returning Carnival Cruise Line member, and you're actually able to purchase the drinks package for much cheaper. So for my cruise in December, I was actually able to purchase the drinks package for closer to $20 per day by prepaying for the entire drinks package ahead of time, non-refundably. So I've had this cruise booked now for almost a year, and we were able to purchase at a special rate code that included the drinks package. But it did unfortunately raise the deposit up a lot higher. The initial deposit was $500 for the cruise, whereas without the drinks package, it would have been only about $100 deposit. So if you're willing to pay, at least on Carnival early, you can get this drink package at a great deal, like a great deal. I literally have to drink like 2 or 3 drinks a day to get my money's worth on my current drinks package. But all in all, the typical drinks package that's available to everybody is going to average out to about $60 a day. So go ahead, log on to this Cruzely calculator. It will be linked below. While you're down there giving us the thumbs up and subscribing, you can go ahead and check this out. See if the drinks package is something that's right for you based on your cruise line. So we're going to go ahead and sort of wrap up the article here. While drinks packages sound simple, there are actually a lot of rules. These include rules on the number of drinks allowed, which drinks you can buy with the package, and more. And so they actually have on Cruzely a link to the complete drink package guide to learn everything you need to know before you go. So we can take a look at this. Just real quick, we're not really going to get into it, but it looks like Tanner has also written this article, and he's going to break it down by the cruise line. And it looks like it's actually broken down by how many days the trips are. So this is looking like a really handy tool. I'll leave this up here for just another second if you want to take a look and see if this is something you're interested in, but this will all be linked below. So we'll cover a couple frequently asked questions about the drink package. Does everyone in the cabin have to purchase drinks package if someone does? The answer is yes. Almost always yes. Can I share the drinks package? No, you are not supposed to share a drinks package, and if you're caught sharing, you might lose your drinking privileges, and you're probably going to not get your money back. So don't share your drinks package. Can I purchase the package on just some days of my cruise? No, drinks packages are sold for your entire trip. Now, that said, on certain cruise lines, there's going to be days, especially if you leave out of Galveston, Texas, you're actually not able to use your drinks package on the first night of the cruise. It has to deal with some local ordinances and restrictions in place about drinking. So in that case, you're not going to have to purchase the drinks package for your whole cruise, but by and large, you do have to. And then where can I find more information about specific drinks packages? And this Cruzely article has listed for all of the individual packages, Carnival, Royal Caribbean, Norwegian, MSC, a lot of the big players. These links are going to take you to pages that will actually break down a lot of the costs of each cocktail, all sorts of things. So it's a great complete guide, definitely worth checking out. This Cruzely page is packed full of really good insights. So the final question here, are drink packages worth it? And Tanner says, we wish there was a definitive answer, but in reality, it really depends. For some people, it's absolutely worth it. If you're the sort of person who always has a drink in your hand on vacation, you're probably going to get your money's worth. However, for a lot of other people, the package isn't a great deal. Those who might have a few drinks here or there, even a couple a day, likely won't drink enough to make the deal worth buying. So, hopefully this helps shed a little bit of light on the drinks package, and hopefully this calculator will work out for you, help you maybe plan and see which is the best way to save money for you on the cruise. And remember, everybody that's over 21 years of age in your cabin has to purchase this package. So include that in the calculator when you're making your decisions. So if you're just having a few drinks a day, probably not going to be worth doing the drinks package. But if you and the other person you're cruising with, you guys like to have a drink in your hand all the time, yeah, go ahead and get the drinks package. So thanks, guys, gals, for coming over to the Midships channel. We appreciate you coming here every day and watching our new content. Please give us a like and subscribe on your way out the door, and we'll see you on the next Midships episode.